Hey guys, this is Phil, and in today's video, we're going to be looking at some gameplay. Now that's not something we do very often on this channel. However, after many weeks of social distancing, we found we're missing Airsoft a lot, and the next best thing is watching some of our older games. We found one game in particular from last year where Chris and I were both wearing cameras, so we've prepared a split-screen gameplay video for you. It's a pretty typical example of a small weekend skirmish that many of us might be familiar with. But just like always, there's experience to be gained and lessons to be learned. So let's get to it. The objective of the game was for our team to take a bomb prop and place it in the old two-story structure in the village. There were 6 attackers and 5 defenders with a certain number of respawns. The defenders would have to stay in the village and respawn inside the old two-story, while we would spawn at the top of the field and attack the village from any direction. Our plan was for Chris to take the bomb and 2 players and move straight down towards the village. Meanwhile, I took 2 players and made our way through the D-Day field into an overwatch position and attacked the village from the side. Once we cleared some defenders from the village, we would be able to push in further, keeping them pinned inside their structure.
All right, let's go. Collar contact when you see them. Top of the old.
Obviously, the engagement distance here was pretty close at the onset, approximately 100 meters. As a result, we started exchanging fire right away.
Top left and bottom left window, Chris. Top right window as well.
Chris and I kept good communication with each other and our teammates.
Roger that, Phil. We're putting fire down.
How you doing on, are you hitting that building?
On the left, you can see that one of our players is in an observation tower which overlooks the entire village. Additionally, we were located behind safety netting which provided cover, while still enabling us to see and be seen.
Phil, we're at the red player box.
On the right, Chris is pushed into the first line of buildings in the village, and one of his teammates is taking cover in the corner building. His teammate relays some info, and they discover that there's an enemy player taking cover behind a vehicle outside of the objective building.
I'll put some fire down for you and you can run across.
Meanwhile, I had some trouble advancing into the village due to the volume of fire.
White car? All right.
Alright, you know what? I'm going to go up there and lay some fire down from upstairs so you guys can move in. Yeah?
Knowing that my rifle had enough range to lay effective fire, I moved into the overwatch position to lay fire down and enable my teammates to move into the village. From this position, the objective building is just over 50 meters away.
To the left of the building.
Hey guys, go! Hey guys, move in, come on!
Hey dude, come out here.
Back with Chris, he starts positioning and coordinating with his teammates.
Come out. Alright, you're gonna use the outside, put some cover down. I'm gonna move over here. Yeah, if you can make your way down here. Okay, start peeking out. You see anything?
These guys are newer players, so Chris takes as much time as possible to communicate clearly with them and get their input, so everyone knows the plan, is okay with it, and has a good time.
We're gonna get twacked.
We're not gonna expect all 3 of us to move at the same time.
I made it to the village along with my teammates and started communicating with Chris about his situation and known enemy positions.
Okay, we're taking heavy fire from the white car to the left. We're behind the red player box, can't move.
Watch out, the white car on the left, there's a guy.
Using that info, I start to get in a better
we got
position.
one in the middle window. Alright, you guys keep putting on fire here. I'm gonna move across. Hey, ready?
Chris darted across to a new position, enabling him to put more fire into the objective, but still kept good communication with his teammates.
Contact?
Whoa.
He uses his new location to get a better understanding of the situation, but shortly after starts taking heavy fire and is eventually hit and runs back to respawn.
Hit!
Where? Oh yeah, you're dead. Okay.
Oh, that thing's going on. My rifle just broke.
Oh.
It could just be the battery fell out or something.
Upon coming back in, Chris radios to me to ask for my current position and advises that his group is pinned at the village entrance and isn't making progress.
Phil, how far are you up on the left side?
I'm close to the church.
We're pinned down hard on the red building. What?
You want to make a run?
Hold on now.
No, he wasn't. He was on the outside. I don't know if he's...
Look that white car.
I'm still on the white car?
Yeah. There's still guys on the
Yeah.
white car.
And the angle.
Yeah. All right. I gotta move. We gotta move out of here because we're just getting lit up here. So I'm gonna run across again.
Alright.
You can shoot him through the chimney.
Go, Elizabeth, go.
I start taking my team around the field to try and get rid of the player hiding behind the white car.
There you go. Keep laying fire.
Chris again tries to break out of his position, but he is hit.
Hit. Right through the window. Hop in the top. Can't get him. Gotta try and get those top shooters down. Yeah. So I'm moving to the sniper tower to try and put some fire down on those top windows.
He goes to spawn and then decides to move into an overwatch position to put more heavy fire
Guys on
into
the
the
right can't
objective
move at
building.
all. Okay, I can put effective fire on these guys.
Once he determines he can effectively engage his targets, he tells his teammates to move the bomb prop closer towards the objective.
Hey guys! Move the bomb up on the right! So I've got the top suppressed.
Back of 2-story, there's one.
Meanwhile, on my side, I've pushed up further around the village, and we are now effectively attacking the objective building from two sides. I can see some opponents behind the 2-story on the ground floor.
Okay, Phil, I'm moving out of the sniper tower, getting the bomb.
Time is starting to run out, so Chris comes down from his position and lets me know that he is going to run the bomb to the objective.
Behind the 2-story, behind it.
Fuck, this is good. Yeah, I went the wrong way. Oh, hear me?
Chris grabs the bomb and starts the push to the objective building.
Guys, behind the old two.
Phil, I'm on the right side with the bomb. Hard copy.
Yeah.
He advises me
Push
he's
in,
on the
push
right
in.
side with the bomb.
Watch out on the steps, right behind there.
I know there's still a guy behind the steps, so I make my way around the back of the building to get a better angle. Due to cover, I can't see the targets very clearly, but I know they are there, so I start shooting, and then disaster. Chris comes around the corner with the bomb, but is hit by my friendly fire.
Push, push, push.
This is why communication is so important, especially when trying to coordinate fire. Shortly after, I'm hit and I go back to respawn.
Phil, I was hit with friendly fire. The bomb is right next to the stairs.
Although I knew Chris was pushing to the objective, I didn't know how far up he was, and I assumed he was going to wait for me to clear the rear of the building before his final push.
Phil, come in. Phil, come in.
I'm hit.
I was hit by friendly fire. The bomb is on the right side by the stairs.
Chris attempts another full speed run at the objective, but is taken out by a defender behind the steps.
Hit! Ow! That's okay. My belly. You guys got to push the other way. Push the other way. They're on the back of those fucking stairs.
Meanwhile, taking Chris's suggestion, I start moving through the village to attack the building from the other side, but my rifle starts to malfunction and would only shoot on full auto.
Stuck on full, Chris.
What?
It's stuck on full.
Okay. All right, guys, come on. Let's put some fire in on those windows. Bottom windows. Let's do it. Come on, walk in. Let's go. Come on. Go. Contact, bottom right.
Coming out.
Fan out.
Our field rules prohibit the use of full auto in the village for safety reasons, so when the problem persists, I'm forced to switch to my secondary.
Hit. Oh.
A last-ditch push from Chris gets him back to the building just as the final whistle blows.
Come again.
5 seconds, that would have been it.
As you saw, we lost that game. The reality of Airsoft is you're not going to win every single game, and while it sucks to lose, it's an opportunity to learn from what went wrong. In this case, Chris and I weren't communicating effectively at a critical point in the game. In the future, we'll know what we need to do in order to effectively coordinate this type of attack. We hope you found this video useful and entertaining. Hopefully we'll all see each other on the airsoft field in the very near future, but until then, thank you for subscribing and we'll see you next time.